Well, today, boys, things are gonna start to look really bad on the Skyline before it starts to look really good. But first, I gotta start up the E46 M3 and move it outside. Yes guys, I parallel parked my cars in the garage. I just had to do it. The Skyline was not moving anytime soon. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Before we could jump into the Skyline and working on it, I want to just go ahead and show you guys the E46 M3 that I've been building to give away to one of you. And it's this thing right here. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. It's a 2001 E46 M3 convertible, drop top, whatever you want to call it. And we've already installed a ton of parts on it. We're talking exhaust, headers, a McLaren orange wrap. We lowered it, we slapped on new wheels, new front end, new headlights, carbon parts. And keep in mind, we are nowhere near done with this build yet. We still have a ton of parts coming in for the car. And the giveaway is already live. Every $5 you spend on my clothing brand project Mislabeled will get you one entry to win the E46 M3. Oh, and the best part, whoever ends up winning this car, I'm gonna fly you guys out to Seattle, get you a hotel, a plane ticket and everything, show you around Seattle, and then hand off the keys and the title to one of you. ProjectMislabeled.shop. All right, let's go ahead and get right into today's video. Let's get working on the Skyline. In the previous video, we went ahead and unboxed this new Z-Tune style body kit for the 34 Skyline. And no guys, the car wasn't wrecked, damaged, or anything. I just decided to take apart the whole car and start my dream build. Ever since I bought the 34 from Japan, I kind of knew I wanted to go Z-Tune, big turbo, and just go crazy with it. But for some reason, I've held off on doing it for like 2 years now. So we just full sent it. We stripped off the original body kit, the fenders, hood, everything that was on the car, because we're going to be slapping on this kit. And don't mind the fitment right now. Nothing is bolted up yet. Everything is still basically laid on the car, zip tied, taped. So it's definitely not going to look the best right now. Since we're slapping on these over fenders to make the car a bit more wider, we're going to have to end up cutting the original mint quarter panels, welding it, sealing it and everything, so then we can get ready to mold this panel onto the quarter panel and make it look super mint. And on top of that, I really want to do this build properly. We're calling out a window guy and we're going to take out the rear windshield, the quarter panel glass, and the front windshield. So that's what I'm waiting for right now. Once the window guy comes and remove everything, it's freaking go time. Boom. Nice, all in one piece too. Mission successful. We got the rear windshield and the quarter panel glass off in one piece. No cracks, no damages at all. So now we can move on to the fun part. It's time to install the new wide body kit for the 34. So that means the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna chop these mint ass quarter panels. And yes, you guys heard me right. We are gonna be cutting this quarter panel because since we're going wide body, that over fender is going to sit right on top of this, which means we're going to run a wider wheel, which is going to lead to more poking. And if we don't cut this, it's going to be smacking this all day long when we drive it. So the proper way to do it is we're going to cut the arches all the way up, remove this outer skin, and then we're going to weld in a new piece of sheet metal and completely seal it. So nothing gets in, it doesn't get rusted, no dirt, no debris will go inside of the cabin. And I know this sounds like it's going to be scary, but it's actually a lot of fun because you get to cut the quarter panel, you get to weld it, you get to do like a little bit of fabrication. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have like basically zero experience with fabrication. The only time I have experience with welding is when I do stuff like this. And I've done a few wide body kits in the past, so I want to say I'm experienced enough to get this done, but you guys let me know. All right, let's get right to it. All right, here goes nothing. Did you guys really think that I was gonna use an angle grinder? If you guys are still cutting up your cars with an angle grinder, let me put you guys on with something that's a lot better to use. So this right here is a body saw. It's an air tool and it is so much easier to control than the angle grinder, and it doesn't create any sparks at all. So the next time you chop up your cars, use this and let me know how it goes. So here is how the quarter panel looks like. I went ahead and cut the inside part as well. Now usually when people cut up their car for wide body kits, they leave the inner layer and then they cut slits into it, hammer it up, and then weld it. But with this car, I wanted to go the extra length. And I cut the inner layer because I made a little template right here, and we're actually gonna cut new sheet metal and weld it in just to make it a little extra cleaner. So in case someone or me ever takes off the wheel, it'll look OEM. So let's see if this template really worked and cut our new sheet metal. Let's get to welding. All right, we got our new tubs all welded up. Now, don't get me wrong, the welds are not pretty at all. This is actually my first time using this titanium MIG welder from Harbor Freight, and the settings they recommended were so far off. So it took me a bunch of tries to get the settings right, but after that, it welded perfectly fine. I'm not gonna lie, guys, welding is pretty fun. I'm thinking about trying to learn how to weld, like MIG weld, TIG weld, and everything, and potentially build my own like intercooler piping, intake piping, and everything for this car, and maybe my future car. So what you guys think? Should I go ahead and start my welding journey and vlog the whole thing to show you guys the progress? I think it could be a cool little series. All right, let's go ahead and cut off the excess metal, grind this down, and then we can seal this thing and get this tub done with. Now, typically people will seal this up using the silicone from Home Depot, but that stuff's not meant to go on bare metal. So we got some seam sealer from 3M, and this one is actually meant to go on bare metal, so we won't have to worry about this rusting ever. It's a little expensive. This is like $50 plus the gun is like another 50 compared to 15, 20 bucks. They recommend to squeeze out the first few pumps and throw it away because it's not properly mixed. And once we do that, we're ready to go. We want to be real generous to make sure all the little cracks is filled in. Always peel this off before it fully dries or else it's gonna rip it off. Seam sealer is all dried up now. Let's hit it with the Rust-Oleum 2-in-1 rubberized coating. This is a primer and paint all in one. And this is gonna seal all the leftover bare metal spots we have, all the scratched up paint, because once the over fenders go on, we're not gonna be able to paint anything underneath. This paint is usually super gunky, so make sure to mix it real good. And look how clumpy that is. Easiest way to put it on is with this cheap foam brush. I got this at Harbor Freight for like $3 for a pack of 20. And boom, we got our freshly tubbed quarter panels. Woohoo! Hell yeah. Dude, it looks like a damn hurricane came through my garage. I swear, I have undiagnosed ADHD or something, but when I start doing a project, I literally cannot do anything until I finish the project that I'm working on. So I can never clean as I go. This has always been such a big problem, and I'm not sure if any of you guys can relate, but whenever I'm done with something, dude, my garage ends up looking terrible. We have welding wire everywhere, tape, scrap metal, all kinds of tools, and it's not just this side, it's also this side as well. So we definitely got some cleaning up to do before we can go ahead and start mounting the quarter panel piece right here. The goal is by the end of today, I want to have this piece fully mounted on the car, panel bonded and all that, so that I could drive for a whole day, and then tomorrow we'll start the body work on the car. But first, let me go ahead and clean up this mess. Boom! We got everything nice and tidy now. Finished building my car and I already loaded up with all the body supplies we'll need. We got body fillers, sanding blocks, a ton of sanding paper. This is for the blocks. And then these are all for my DA sander. It's sandpaper with like a little Velcro backing that sticks to the DA sander. Super nice to have. So yeah, dude, this is gonna make my life so much easier when I'm working on the 34. So now it sounds like there's only one thing left to do, and it's to install the rear quarter panel piece. And we're gonna do this the non-conventional way. Now, most people would install this over fender piece by just screwing in and leaving the screws or bolts exposed. But your boy doesn't want to do that. I want to completely blend it in with the OEM body panel. So when you look at the car after it's done being painted and everything, you won't be able to tell that this is a an aftermarket piece. So in order to do that, I'm gonna have to cut up this quarter panel piece. Instead of having this piece come up all the way up here, I'm gonna cut it probably along this line so that I have a ton of space to blend it in with the factory panel. Because if I were to mount it like this, I'll have like an inch or so of space to blend it in with body filler. And when it comes to body filler, you want to leave yourself with as much room as possible to make sure everything is straight. So that's why we're gonna cut like almost half of this off. Oh, and on top of that, this over fender piece comes all the way into the door jambs right here. And to be honest, I really don't want that because then it's gonna make this body line a lot smaller. And since we want everything to look factory, I'm gonna end up cutting that off right about here along the edge. That way it sits on top of the quarter panel instead of going inside to the door jambs. Dude, I cannot believe I was gonna do that without a respirator. I left this at my mom's house. Was contemplating not going to get it. Good thing I got it, dude. I'm caked in fiberglass dust. This should fit a lot better now. Oh yeah, look at that. Lines right up. Let's screw it in with a bunch of little self-tappers so when we take it off the panel bond it, we'll have an area to secure it onto. We got everything bolted up perfectly. If you guys are curious about the fitment, I can finally show you guys the fitment since everything is bolted now. Besides this tiny little gap right here, it fits pretty good. Like if you look up here, there's no gaps at all. Granted, I have like 20 self-tappers on here, but it looks pretty good. It looks like the panel bond should be able to sit perfectly. The sides are good as well. So let's go ahead and take off all the screws, pull off the quarter panel piece, and then we can finally start bonding this thing. I took a Sharpie and drew the line where the panel sits, so when we pull it off, we know exactly where to grind the paint off. So this is the panel bond we're using. It's just 3M panel bond, and this thing is like freaking cement glue, dude. Once this cures, it's like rock solid, and it's never coming off. And in order for this to work properly, 3M recommends that you strip off all the paint on the car with 50 grit sandpaper, and then you have to hit the back of the fiberglass piece with 50 grit sandpaper as well, and then you can go ahead and start bonding this to the car. Now we can apply the panel bond. Dude, this tube was like $60. It's crazy how expensive this bodywork stuff is. And now we can slap on the over fender and bond it to the car. Make sure everything lines up. Alright boys, I just got done bonding both sides and dude, it looks so freaking good. Just look at that. Oh my god, it's so good. This looks so much wider. And now that we can see the difference between the quarter panel and the wide body piece, we can start to envision the whole rear end now. Dude, it looks so good. I cannot wait to start doing the body work on this and actually mold it into the car and make it look seamless. This side was actually way easier than the right side. The right side, I had to deal with the gas cap area. Now, at first I was super nervous. I didn't know if I wanted to keep the top portion of the gas cap area on the wide body piece. But then I realized if I didn't do the exact same thing as the other side, then when I go to mold the car, this side might actually be a little bit wider. So I just decided, you know what, let's go ahead and just send it. So I just chopped it off the same amount as that side and it turned out pretty freaking good. Sits super flush all around. Even down here sits super flush. I'm pretty happy with how this kit turned out. Now, most people would leave this area right here because it's gonna get hidden with the little gas cap. I think I'm gonna go the extra step and actually lay some fiberglass right here and make it one piece. So when you open the gas cap, you won't even see the difference between the wide body and the factory panel. If this is my forever car, I might as well just take the extra time and just make it perfect. But sadly guys, I can't even start doing the body work today because this panel bond has to cure for 24 hours bare minimum. So I think I'm gonna let it sit for at least 2 days. But for now, the only thing I could do is test fit the new wheels. Since I have the new wide body on, I could finally throw on the wheels and see if my fitment specs were correct. And I decided to just full send it and get the wheels made because I didn't want to wait until this whole process was done and then wait another like 5-6 months for the wheels to come in. So I just took a risk and hopefully it's about to fit. So the wheels I got for the 34 is, drum roll please, boom, Workmeister's S1 fully polished. And dude, these look pretty freaking sick. If you guys watch way back when I first got the 34, the first wheels I put on the car were Meister's S1 in a silver face and polished lip. And the reason why I switched to TEs, because with the stock body, the Meisters were way too wide and I had to run like rubber band stretch tires. And I didn't want that because I want to eventually put power down on this car. But with the wide body kit now, I should be able to run the same size spec I had before, but with some fatter tires. Oh, speaking of tires, check this out. I wasn't supposed to announce this yet, but since we're giving spoilers already, I'll tell you guys. We got sponsored by freaking Toyo Tires. Toyo Tires is now officially part of the family, so they sent out some R888s for the 34. The fronts are going to be 265 35s and the rears are going to be 295 35s, which is pretty massive. We should be able to grip pretty good. But yeah, shout out to Toyo Tires, man. Soon all of the cars on this channel will be running Toyos. This is like a dream come true. Every car guy out there knows the top tire brand that you always see that has the coolest builds has always been Toyo. So it's definitely a dream come true now that we're sponsored by Toyo and that they believe in us, they believe in my channel, my content, my builds, everything. All right, let's see how these Johns fit. Oh man, that's a lot of poke. I'm hella stupid. I forgot I'm running spacers. And yes guys, I know it's pretty rusty over here. We're getting new brakes soon, one step at a time. Oh yeah, that's freaking perfect. Y'all, just look at this. Tell me this doesn't look so freaking sick. Oh my god, you cannot go wrong with the all polish. And check the fitment. The fitment is damn near perfect. Just imagine once we have some meaty tires right there, lower it down, and it cambers in just a little bit. It should be sitting perfectly along this lip right here. Oh man, your boy did pretty good with the wheel specs. Not gonna lie, when I ordered it, I was pretty nervous because if it's just a little bit too wide, I won't be able to run the meaty setup that I wanted. But looking at it now, I think this is freaking perfect, y'all. All right, boys, that pretty much wraps up today's video. I hope you guys have been enjoying the R34 build series. This is going to be a crazy series because once this is all installed, painted and everything, we're going to be slapping on a big turbo kit on this car. The goal is to make like 450, 500 wheel horsepower. So she's going to look good, she's going to sound good, and she's going to be fucking fast too. So yeah guys, stay tuned. Make sure to go down below and hit the subscribe button and join the family. If you haven't yet, we are almost at 200,000 subscribers. We just hit 150 about like a week or two ago, so we're definitely getting there fast. Oh, and if you guys haven't joined the E46 M3 giveaway, go ahead and do that right now. Go to projectmislabeled.shop. Every $5 you spend will get you one entry to win the M3. All right guys, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.